Hello everybody and welcome to the Metal Mill 52 YouTube channel. I wanted to start by thanking all the new subscribers. My internet friend Mark Pressling in Australia, I believe is where he lives, recommended a bunch of his followers and subscribers to come over here and check out my projects, and a bunch of you have subscribed today, and it kind of made my day getting all the kind comments and hearing from everybody. So I wanted to thank you and welcome you aboard. I hope this is useful and entertaining as you work on your own projects, and I look forward to seeing your own channels and creations in the future. So where I left off last time, I had made a new handle here for the cylinder drains for opening and closing, because the original one I made before I made the cab, and it sticks up only about yay high, so you had to stick your hand in here. It's a little bit cumbersome when you have a glove on trying to drive the locomotive and actuate the cylinders. So the longer handle is great. Fred commented that I could cut it off. I should cut it off a little bit, so of course I did, and I actually gave it a little style. I kind of rounded the edge and put a little notch in there so it looks a little bit more purpose-built than just the ugly stick that was there before. Let me pop open the lid, the roof, and I'll show you what I'm doing here with my one hand, my little prop. That's how it is when you're driving, so there's a little bit more light. You can see the handle a little bit better. Come around this way, and we'll go around behind so you can get a better view of it. So I'm real pleased with how that came out. Thank you, Fred, for the suggestion, and I'm excited about that. Excited about for the next thing with the locomotive. I think I've kind of got it all back together and where it needs to be. So the next thing, when I get a nice warm day, it's kind of cool here for us, I'll put it up, lift it up, and put spacers under the axle boxes, and we'll hook up some compressed air and run it on compressed air a little bit and see how it does. So that's that with the locomotive for now. And if you follow my Instagram page, I showed what I've been working on over the weekend, which was these things, and I'll talk more about those in just a minute. But first, and what I do intend to finish before I work on those things, is the finish off the universal pillar tool. Here is the tapping head, basically, that I showed some pictures of this before. This is a really tiny Jacob's chuck with a zero taper here. I was really pleased with how the fit is there. I can't really get that chuck off, and it's just held on by friction. So I'm pleased with how my little handle came out. So that's all good, but I'm debating about using that actual chuck for the drill head itself. Let me put this away, and as you can see, I'm collecting parts for the drill head. I got Tractor Supply in the US has these bushings, the bronze bushings that you need, and they're only a couple dollars a piece, so I actually went and bought twice as many as I need. Here's the other possibility for drill chucks that I have. This is another Jacob's chuck. It has a 3/8 24 thread mount here, and I've used this for various utility things, but it's a good chuck, and I could use this for the drill head as well. It's not too large, so we'll see. I'm going to put that here, and it will wait its turn for analysis and decisions. This is the drilling head itself, and it's all machined, painted, ready to go. I just need to build the drilling attachments that make it work, and so that's why it's sitting out like that, so I can take a look at it and prepare the other attachments that will go with it. As you can see, I've got the whole pillar tool taken apart, and basically it all fits nicely in a box. If the box was a little bit deeper, it would be great. This is the stem for the table, so it doesn't quite close, but pretty neat to be able to take that apart. The next project, and if you saw on my Instagram page, these are ball handles for a Quorn tool and cutter grinder, and the blanks rather. And as if you followed my channel or looked at my videos, you know I know how to make ball handles. This is one I made a while ago, and this is a extra tri-ball handle I made when I was making my Gingrey shaper. So this is my ball handle box. As you can see, I've got a set of the cups that George Thomas talks about, small, medium, and large for the Quorn, the pillar tool. And really, I've used this one before. Really happy about having these things. It's a really neat idea. So check out my ball handle videos if you want to see more about those. So I've got blanks. I made 10 blanks for the large handles and 10 for the small, even though you only need 8 small ones. But once you're manufacturing blanks, you might as well go ahead and make a couple extras. So that's what that is. And this box here is the actual set of Quorn castings. Now, I was fortunate to get these things from a gentleman whose dad had bought them years ago and never built it, and he sold this on Discover Live Steam in the machine shop section. Sold it to me for a very, very reasonable price, and I really appreciate it. So I'm looking forward to making this. I'll certainly do a proper introductory video and go into a lot more detail before I actually make this project. It'll take me a lot longer probably to make this than the Quorn, because some of the pieces are pretty basic, rather than the pillar tool. Some of the pieces are pretty basic, but there's a lot of detail in the rotating head. And I'll talk about, I have made a tool and cutter grinder before. I made the Mini Tinker from Guy Letard's plans, and it came out well, and I've actually ground some end mills with it. But the Quorn can do, 10 times more things, detail things, than the Mini Tinker. So I'm really excited about someday actually making this. And it's cool, there's most of the castings are cast iron. There's a few bronze or gunmetal castings, as our British friends call it. So, like, here's the tilt bracket. This is going to be such a cool project. So I don't want to rush it. I don't want to I want to give it its due and make it properly. You can still get castings for this in the UK and other places from Hemingway's, and in the US, Martin Model and Pattern Company in Oregon sells these. And like I said, these I think came from Hemingway's in England. I think they're imported to the US, and I was very fortunate to get them. And as you can see, they've been sitting forever. They're kind of coated with rust, but they look like nice castings, and it'll be a great fun project. I'm really looking forward to making that in due time. But again, you can get the castings in the US from Martin Model and Pattern in Oregon, and you can get them overseas from Hemingway's. And I think there is a supplier in the in Australia that's not Hemingway's. I forget their name, but they even sell the machined, spiral machined Quorn column. So somebody, I'm sure, will comment about that. Anyway, thanks you guys for watching. Welcome again to the new subscribers. Glad to have you, and I'm really appreciative of all the nice comments, and I will keep you posted.